Thank you, Nancy. It's the first I've heard of it. So welcome, and thank you, Historical Society, for having me, and thank you, Nancy, for volunteering me for this.
Yeah, right.
2 years ago, my landlord suggested, David, why don't you write something in anticipation of Montana women's suffrage? The centennial was 2014, and so in 2013, I started putting some tunes together, and this afternoon I'm going to share these with you about Montana women, their history. So we're going to go back in time a little bit. I had the flat screen taken out. I thought we'd try to stay with the antique piano veneer here. As Nancy said, I'm a composer and a pianist, and my music is unabashedly sentimental. I would say my style is sort of American Broadway. And today I'm playing on this piano that I'm sure has been donated to the Historical Society. And I looked up the serial number. This piano was built in 1913. So a fairly old piano, but I think it works. We're going to find out. So, and as Nancy said, we have a collage of pictures that she's taken. And so, welcome, and let's go back in time and honor Montana women over the years. Montana women today, how far they've come. Today, Montana women, they can be doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, bankers. They can be who they want to be. They can run for the President of the United States. But it wasn't always so. This is a journey about Montana women, about their courage, about their suffering, about their perseverance. It's been a long journey for Montana women. Before Montana was a state, before it was a territory for hundreds of years, thousands of years, Montana's first people. It's a March morning. I can just see it, can't you? In a protected cotton grove, Montana's first people. And as it always is, the women are up first, getting the meals. And so I see it on the Missouri, or the Bighorn, or the Big Old. There was serenity. There was respect for the land. There was respect for elders. Some things never change. It's now 1955 and we're on a Montana ranch. He might be out tending the cow, but she's in the kitchen. I can just see it now. It's March. She's overlooking the crazy mountains. She's getting the breakfast ready. Hey, Maggie, come in here. Give me some help. She's got the radio on. you turn that radio up. I like that. In the 1800s, Montana was far more diverse than it is today. If you think about it, we had far more African Americans. We had all kinds of Europeans that were yet having English to be only their second language. It was really different, and yet the racial divide and the cultural divide was very sharp. In fact, Montana was one of many states that made it illegal for the races to intermarry. That passed in 1905. A law that was not repealed until 1955 in Montana. And so Nancy and I looked, and we tried to find if a white cowboy ever married a Chinese girl. We don't find any record in Montana. Maybe it happened. And so I'm going to play this fantasy of a cowboy coming into town, because I like this song. I can just see him now. He's loping in. He has to go through the red light district. The Chinese were so ostracized. They were on the other side of the red light district, on the other side of the tracks. Go to Forestville. Go past all those monuments. Go past where the hundreds of orphans are. You won't find any Chinese graves. You want to see Chinese graves? You got to go through the gate, out into the pasture, and there you'll find them. And so this is a cowboy fantasy. He comes into town. He's at the laundry, and of course there's the proprietor, who speaks very little English. Yes, tomorrow will be fine, just fine. The cowboy puts the ticket into his jeans. But he can't help notice, across the counter, bundling the laundry, a Chinese girl. She's the prettiest girl he's ever seen. And he is completely smitten. And so the next day, he comes back. And he thinks the impossible. Will she be there? Will she think of me? Did a cowboy ever fall in love with a Chinese girl? Reality was entirely different. The red light district was all over Montana. There were thousands of prostitutes, thousands of women that plied their trade, the deprivation, the diseases. It was open in Montana until the 1970s. And so we've got to go into a dark minor key, don't we? And so I want to honor their struggles. So this song, it's a combination of fierceness, depravity, and hope. And yeah, a little bit of love. I suppose there was love occasionally. We know there were babies born. Being a mother was really hard in the 1800s. In fact, even in the early 20th century, bearing children was perilous, especially in Montana. I mean, a doctor could be hundreds of miles away. And that wasn't the half of it. You brought children into the world, and the odds weren't real good that you would see them to adulthood. Childhood diseases, measles, whooping cough, scarlet fever, and the worst, diphtheria. I can just see them. I can remember my own mother waiting up at night. Can you imagine moms waiting and wondering if their child was going to be alive in the morning? By 1900, women had had enough. They'd gotten off the farm and the ranches, and they were sick of the prostitution. They're tired of the public drunkenness. They were tired of corporate America preying on their wallets and preying on their kids. And the music was even changed. so by 1910, Montana women had organized. Hey, Charlie, you're going to vote for suffrage. Henry, you got to vote for suffrage. This time the women get the right to vote. So y'all come on and get on the women's suffrage train. It's leaving the station. Get on the right side of the tracks. We're putting the past behind us. Get on the right side of history. Get on the Montana women's suffragette train. Woo! So in 1920, women got the vote, and nothing's been the same. Well, sort of. So we come way in the future, but we got to remember the past. We have to remember all those folks, all those women that instilled the values of steadfastness, of courage, of raising us, our values. And so this is a hymn to them. And so we've kind of come full circle, haven't we? I hope you've had fun. I've really enjoyed playing this afternoon in front of you. Yeah, it's been an incredible journey.